Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, he's a special guy, man. He comes from obviously a great pedigree. His dad is one of the all-time great receivers in the history of the league.
Yes.
Very productive 3-year career, over 30 touchdowns.
Is he as good as his dad?
Hell no. How can you even compare him? Marvin Harrison Sr. was a dog.
He's unbelievable, yeah.
Okay, we knew how fast Marvin Harrison Sr. was. Do we really know how fast this guy is?
I don't know.
We know he's damn good. He's got length. He can get off the line. He's got all the tools in his toolbox to get off and beat press.
Yeah.
He can work his hands. He can work swim move. He can beat him with his feet. But can he beat him with his speed? I don't know. If he can, he's a surefire slam dunk to be a hell of a receiver in national football.
So the question is, you don't know how fast he is.
That's a big question for a wide receiver. Wouldn't you like to know if you're drafting a receiver, the first
I
pick
would.
in the draft, if you draft 4.6 or 4.3?
Yeah.
Is that a big difference to you?
Huge difference.
As a
Because there's
quarterback?
plenty of receivers in here that you know are fast.
Yeah. Not all of them can do what he can do at the line of scrimmage. So he's still worth being drafted even at 4.55 if he runs it. Because he's got the length, he's got the ability to separate still with his releases. That's what his strength is.
Here's one of his releases up top.
Yeah, this is what he can do. Outside leverage, press bail. He gets on his toes, goes with double move. And, you know, he doesn't run away from, but he knows he's run out of room, so he's going to look for the ball and position himself to make great, strong-handed catch. And that's what he does. The ball outside the frame of his body. He's got strong hands. He can catch it at different angles. He can contort his body. I heard somebody compare him to A.J. Green when it comes to the deep ball. There's nobody that can contort their body like A.J. Green could on the deep ball.
I'm with you.
And he's very similar if you see him. He can turn his hips.
I mean, he gets 2 in right here. This is an NFL cut.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's things like that. You're like, that's nice. I mean, the ability to get off the jam, attack a press bail technique, which some people freeze. They're like, oh, he's not pressing anymore. Now what do I do?
Yeah.
He just ran up at him. Then he gave the double move and then be able to accelerate once you stop your feet and then get yourself in position to make a play. That's a hell of a play.
Yep. Here he is again, same game, Michigan State. Slant versus press, inside leverage. I mean, this guy's 2 yards inside.
This is not an easy down for a receiver. I wouldn't even tell my quarterback to look at this route. I mean, you can't run a slant route versus 2-man. This guy is inside leverage, and this is why you like him, because he has strength, upper body strength. This is inside leverage. The defensive back has help from the sideline and help from the safety, so there's no way I'm going to give up a slant if I'm a DB. Well, you are if you're guarding Marvin Harrison Jr. because he just jammed you. You didn't jam him. He punched you and still has the ability to keep his feet moving and then accelerate through contact and make a pretty good play on a first down against Michigan State.
He does.
2-man's a tough down for a slant. I mean,
that little move versus outside leverage using your hands does kind of remind me of A.J. Green, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Like right at the top.
You can tell they have good upper body strength, and you have to, because he's a tall, linear guy. He's got to have good upper body strength to be able to extend his arms and be able to get some separation between himself and the defensive back, which is really a tough down. Look at 25. He's sick. I mean, how the hell did I just give up a slant route 2-man?
My coach is going to kill me.
I'm going to get killed on a sideline. Everybody's looking at him. Who gave up a slant? That was me.
I told you to be inside leverage. I was, coach.
And he didn't really have, you look at his numbers, he had 1,200 yards, 67 catches, and he really didn't have a very good quarterback, a very experienced quarterback, you know? Like LSU had Jaden Daniels, those 2 receivers. This guy had a pretty average quarterback. He put up great numbers, and everybody knew they were going to throw it to him, right?
Yeah.
Although sometimes he's running wide open. They blew a coverage. I'm like, how the hell does that happen? I think he's got pretty good sense of himself. He understands zone and man recognition. And this is what you like about him. So if you draft Marvin Harrison Jr., your red zone offense just gets better. I don't care if he runs 4.5 or 4.8 or 4.3, but the ability to do this, to be able to freeze a defender, get yourself big, get yourself eyes on the ball, and adjust to a ball, whether it's over the top of your back shoulder, whether it's a back shoulder throw, or at the back pylon. He'd be in a position right now to adjust to the football, and that's what I think he's really good at.
Strong hands.
He'd be a great center fielder, man. You could hit him a fly ball, he'd adjust to that ball and snatch everything, right?
That's right.
I mean, that is a hell of a play. That's what, so guaranteed, if Arizona takes him at 4, our red zone offense with Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. just got a hell of a lot better.
You look at this, you get press. Okay, they clearly have an answer for him. They got a guy on the hash, guy pressed in Marvin's face, and they still just make it work.
Yes, that's the patience at the line. He's still moving forward
he's
towards them and attacking them, and then using that dip release with his shoulder pad, and then getting on top. And I really like right here how he goes back, getting on top of the defender instead of running towards the sideline. he gives himself enough room where he can adjust the ball and get a foot down. And he's been well schooled at that. You can tell he's been working on that since he was probably 6 years old.
His dad had cone drills out in the backyard.
Yeah, you could tell he's been schooled a hell of a lot more than a lot of these guys have. And
I mean, that's a ridiculous catch. I mean,
yeah, it's what he does. He just adjusts the ball excellent. Great release, hurt his back there. Very productive over his years at Ohio State. You know, he's not a great runner after the catch. It's not like he's going to catch a slant and break tackles like, you know, some of these Julio Jones did or some of these big receivers, Deebo Samuel. He's not like that. He's more of a finesse type guy. He can work the 7 cuts. He can work the go balls, the back shoulder fades, the fade stops, the thunder routes. Yeah, he's a true X. Yeah. You don't want him blocking support. You're going to have to run away from him a little bit. He's not a great blocker, real physical. I'm sure he'll do it, but you don't want a guy like that going out digging out safeties anyway. You know, you bring in somebody else to do that. But he's a talented kid, and you know, I'm sure teams will love to have him. I would like to know his 40 time. I really would. I'm just curious because I can't tell how fast he is on tape.